What's up, everybody? Let's see, is my mic working? Yes, okay. Sometimes I get worried the audio doesn't work when I start. Welcome on in, Tank, GM. Thank you so much for always, you're always the first, and I love it. I love seeing your GM. Hope you're doing well. I'm feeling much more energized for this stream. I'll probably show this off a few times, but we finished the 1 through 50 of the Clonimals, and I'll pull that up in a sec, but I think they look awesome. And they look awesome put together. And one thing we might do today, and again I might repeat myself, is go through them all and like quick decide if we like the color of it or not. Because some of them are like locked in and the color looks awesome. And then some of them I did quickly, or like there's like a duplicate color, and so we just decide which one we like. So I think that might be something we do sort of towards the end. Because today we're switching it up. It's not going to be a luck of the draw stream. Because we have a lot of emotes. And I think I just want to put a pause on making the emotes for right now. And so instead, we're going to work on some assets that are going to go towards something. And I'm going to kind of stay vague about it, although you'll probably connect the dots anyways. But that way there's some element of surprise when it actually comes out. What's up, Sandip? You love Mocha Coin? I love anything Mocha does. We love the Mocha. On this stream, we love the Mocha. And I hope you're doing well, Sandip. Welcome on in. I think this is the first time I've seen you on a drawing stream, so hope you enjoy it. Today's a little different. We're doing it differently today. So let me make sure my drawing cam. Nope, I knew it. The drawing cam disconnected. It looks like it's connected, but it's not connected. This always seems to happen when I nudge the cord. Let me try to. Oh, it's so annoying. So I'm doing this now because this always seems to be an issue when I do the drawing streams. That the camera will disconnect. If I just like nudge the cable that's connected to it, it will completely deactivate. So I'm gonna figure that out right now as we're kind of waiting and letting people get in. Does it help if I go? So this will be one of the things we're working on today. Help if I reactivate it? I am in webcam mode. I really need to like get a different camera set up because this seems to always happen, and I don't want to completely disconnect this, like delete this camera that I have on here. But this is annoying. I swear this happens every single time because it's like I have it operational before we get going and it's all working, but then by the time I've like clicked live, you know, done the intro and go live, it always disconnects. So let me see if I delete that. What happens if I bring it right back? Okay. I basically want it to not have the image that you're looking at here. So let me OBS virtual cam. Okay, activate that. I need this to go away, basically. What's up, Mojave? What's up? Per usual. What's up, Life Belongs? How you doing? Per usual, we got an issue with the cam here. Let me see if I can redo this. Ah, see, this is the worst part. Is it resizes it too? Because I have it in a nice spot right now. So what you're looking at, like, is just an image, basically. I'm going into webcam mode with the camera. And then if I activate... Dude. Alright, it frustrates me just because it happens every time. Deactivate. Man. And I never know how to solve it on stream. Like, the easiest way to solve it is to end stream and start again, but I'm not gonna do that. Dang. Okay, let me apply that. Okay. Oh, okay. That's good news. There we go. Okay, I think I figured out why it did that. So cool. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I wanted to figure that out right when we started. Because there's a good chance it's gonna go away again. But I think I know why it did that. At least it seemed that way. At least it worked out that way. So today is not a luck of the draw stream. We have so many emotes. I just want to put a pause on it. And so we have some of these assets that we need to make. I'm going to stay vague on what it is, just so it's more interesting when you see the final thing. But we got some of these assets that we need to sort of like redraw and make come to life a little bit more. These two probably make no sense. They're supposed to be Chugs' arms. But we got Chugs here. We got some capsules. There's a good chance y'all can guess what this will probably be. But this is sort of what we're doing today, and I want to just like also sketch, because every time we do one of the luck of the draw streams, I get really excited about the sketching part. But it ends so quickly. So I don't know if I need to redo Chugs. There's not a lot I need to sketch, but I just wanted to like do the sketch. And so let's see here. Thinking one thing that we could do is the capsule itself. And there's some other stuff that we can do. But today is kind of an experiment. It's not going to be as like structured as some of the other streams. And then also I can show this off too. My mouse here. For anyone who missed it on Sunday, we finished all the Clonimals. And I was very excited about this. That we kind of finished all the Clonimals. And maybe we do this as the warm-up instead of at the end. But one thing I wanted to do was kind of go through all of these and almost like rapid fire. Whether it's like a gut feeling or not, that's kind of how I have to be about it. If we like the color of it or not. Like a specific Clonimal. Oh, what's up, Stubby? GM. Welcome on in. I'm just explaining the Clonimals here. Because some of them I love the color for. And some of them just don't need to be changed. But then I think there's other ones that we were kind of unsure about. If we liked the color. Or maybe I'm just unsure about. So I wanted to kind of go through them quickly. One by one. Now that they're all on a sheet. And put like a tag on it. Like a green circle if it's good. Maybe a red circle if we know it needs to be changed. And then maybe like yellow if we're unsure. So that was kind of my thought process with these. Because 1 through 50 look awesome. I'm like really pumped about this. And the line work is done, which is cool. So I just want to kind of go through and do the second scan of colors. Now that it's done, it's going to be a lot easier to do. I also made like a wallpaper version, which I will eventually let people use if they want to. But I want to get the colors right. And there's even like little tiny things in here where I just want to like reposition them a little bit. Potentially add the name under all of them so you know what it is. But then on Thursday's stream, I was thinking we could then do the recolor as well as really start thinking about the card design, because I think once we do the card design, these will really start to look even better, kind of like packaged together. And then I was thinking, you know, once we have 100 of them, it's like a nice little card set where I want to make cards and like package them and everything. That's easier said than done, but I just want them for the fun of it, like just for fun, just to like, you get a pack of cards, you don't know which Clonimals you're gonna get, and then really this is a lot easier said than done. I'd love to give each person like their 1-of-1 copy of the card that's maybe like holographic or something. It's like a certain treatment to the card that makes it 1-of-1. There would be no duplicate of it, and so forth. Oh, there's like no chat on screen. Whoops, sorry. My settings have been all over the place. Almost Pokemon vibes. Yeah, it's kind of what I was going for. Like, obviously, I don't want to copy Pokemon, which so many people have done, where you make these creatures that have like elements attached to them and they evolve. It's like, as much as I really want to do that, and I might do that one day, I thought Clonimals were fun because it's just like a mashup character, and they're a little bit more unique. If anything, they're more like V-Friends, actually, especially with the way that we put like an adjective and an animal together. And so that's why I want to get the card design right, so they like feel better. You know, it gives you that like collecting vibe by putting them on a card and stuff. So I'm really excited to do that. That's what we'll do on Thursday. And today we're making assets for something else. But I'm really excited to do the Clonimals thing. And then, but like I said, today we'll go through all the colors and see what we like and what we don't. The camera's still alive. Woo! All right. So today's going to be interesting. Like I said, it's not really structured like it usually is. Sorry, let me go back to this so then I can go back to Photoshop here. We got chugs. I don't know if I necessarily need to draw chugs on a piece of paper. This one is more so like I can trace it. Two things I want to figure out is, like, we have this capsule here, and I think a better version is this capsule here, and I want to redo it. This was just sort of like a quick test to prove the concept, but now we know we want it, and it doesn't even have to look exactly like this. So I want to create some sort of like capsule look and like different variants of it, because then we'll need to like stack them together like this. And then we have, oh my gosh, I'm switching all over the place. Then we have this button as well that we need to do. And I was thinking it'd be fun if the button was shaped like Blue Cat or something, or like we can have fun with it. And I want to add like reaction marks from the button is clicked. And then another thing I want to do is try to animate the capsule opening. So that's sort of what I want to do today. And I think we might focus more on the capsule, how it opens, really make that exciting. Any kind of like extra effects we want to add to it. And then basically we need like 2 variants of it. And then chugs. But like I said, chugs will probably do fully digital. There's like no need to do this on paper. So push the button, chugs comes out of the capsules, eating me up guessing. Yeah, please feel free to keep guessing. I'm not gonna confirm or deny if you're correct or not. I think you will kind of I feel like people will connect the dots and probably be correct. Link and I talked about it. We have no issue with people knowing. The only reason we don't want people to know is just so there's some element of surprise for when it does happen. That way it's, you know, I do all these assets. It might take a sec to like finish everything, and then by that time, like, you don't care. Or, I don't know. Or like, you know what it is, so I don't know. But we're experimenting with that, and I'm really excited because I was talking to Link yesterday, and I just wanted to do something more productive on stream. And the emotes were very productive, but we got a lot of emotes now, and it's just something I want to put a pause on until I got nothing else to work on or whatever. But if we want, we can do a dice roll still. If people still want to do a gamba, I'm more than happy to set up a gamba. But I didn't yet because I didn't know if anyone cared. Gamba? I'll let it ride. Sure. Basically, do we roll even or odd on the gold dice? I'll leave that for 2 minutes. If gamba is something you care about, it's open. Feel free. We got the gamba going. And it is only on Twitch, but we got the gamba going. I almost didn't have coffee today. I had to go to Starbucks because I ran out of milk and coffee to make my latte. It's crazy how coffee's a drug. Like, the fact that it's so tough for me to not have coffee in the morning, so bad. Same with Jeej. We're both like, there's no coffee. We need to figure something out. Ooh, just Dr. Pepper. Do you usually drink coffee in the morning, or are you usually like a soda person? Because I know so many people who like their coffee in the morning is a soda. I feel like coffee is life. I know coffee is life. Coffee first thing. Yeah, I usually do coffee at work. Yeah, good. Isn't it crazy how? Oh man, it disconnected. Both my hands are up here. Dang it. Hopefully it's a quick switch. Deactivate? Activate. Yes. Wait. No, it didn't come back. Man. Alright, we have the gamba going. Just by the way, we still have the gamba going. I think this should correct itself pretty easily. But man, is this annoying. I keep saying it. I need a camera that's like up here and just like stays up there permanently. Because I have a camera that I like set up for stream. Okay, we're back. We're so back. Who drinks soda in the morning? Animals? Exactly. Yeah. People do it. Famous line from Artie. Oh wait, we still need to gotta do the dice roll now. I was gonna say we could make it more interesting. It doesn't really change anything, but we could do the 20-sided dice over the 8, because this dice roll is purely just for the gamba, and 20-sided dice is more fun. I'm gonna do the 20-sided dice. Doesn't really change the odds. But it's just more exciting. Because if we roll a nat 20... Ooh, I should do that. It should be even, odd, and then 20. But 20 doesn't count towards even, so maybe that doesn't work. Alright, here we go. This is for the gamba. Oh, odd. I think there was... Oh, wait, yeah. No, there was more odd than even. Dang, if it was even, we would have had really good odds. All right. I feel like is it just me or is it always odd? I kind of want to like go through my list here. I feel like it always ends up being odd. But congratulations, odd believers. It was odd. And now we got to get to it. Like I said, it's gonna be, we're gonna kind of be all over the place today because it's not so structured. So even if you do want something just randomly sketched, I will also do that. You actually got one correct. Yeah, I'm gonna start by drawing a circle because I need to get the camera like actually locked in and focused here. Okay, that's the circle, which we're not even going to use, but that was to help with the camera focus. So we need to draw a capsule. And we could try to draw the capsule kind of how capsules are usually done. You know. And I sort of want to do the capsule where you cannot see what's inside of it. And instead do some sort of like fun design on top of it. Because I guess one thing I'll allude to is like what's in the capsule is going to be wildly different. Or I think wildly different every time. Clon boo-boos? Yeah. Yeah, we could totally... Let's do the blind box with the clonimals. Imagine if we... Oh, God. After thinking about it, what I was about to say is, like, if each clonimal had its own, like, plushie or vinyl. And then that made me think of V-Friends, how Gary Vee actually did that. Each one of them had its own, like... It's just, like, a lot to do. So that's impressive. So like for instance with this capsule, I don't necessarily like the proportions of it, but it's like, you know, we could add like a face to it. Or like another capsule. Could be like Blue Cat themed. Like I don't want to put myself in a box of like, oh, it has to look like a real capsule. Like this could be anything. I do like the idea of it maybe having a line down the middle of it. So, because then we want to make it animate. Like how I imagine it animating is it's gonna be a very simple animation. It's just gonna like squish down and then pop. Open and then reveal. Because then there's like, you know, a capsule like that, capsule like Chugs, and maybe Chugs has like the Chug spots on it. Just make them like a little bit more interesting, or a super complex animation like Zelda pot smashing and gems coming out of it. Oh my god, yeah, it's like that's interesting actually. So it could be like, what if it like fell? I'm imagining like, okay, here, let's go up a little bit. So we have the circle there, and then it like, I don't know if y'all have picked up yet, but sometimes I make noises when I draw. Like I'm imagining it like breaking. I like stopped myself a second ago, but I was like making breaking noises with my mouth. It's just like shattering. Just throws it on the ground. That could be interesting. Definitely worth considering. And this is sort of why I wanted to do it on stream, because I love when y'all throw out ideas. Because how I guess I was imagining it was, let's do like a simple circle. Actually, I need to make sure I'm doing this on my artboard in the right way. Don't be afraid to make noises. Yeah, I hope it's interesting and not cringy. But we have the capsule here. I'll draw like a line through it. It would do like a squish effect. Or it goes like that. Into like... it popping open, basically. Ducks fan! Yeah, it is a gloomy day here. I was thinking the same thing. It's always funny because like the lighting, I had to like do the lighting a little differently. But what's up, Ducks fans? Oh, Tank, I saw your plushies comment just now. Yeah, I'll look at that window too. Yeah, it's a gloomy day. We had a kind of gloomy day the other day where it was like, it was California raining. And I loved it. I was so here for it. It hasn't like properly rained in LA since like, God, I want to say like April. It's been so long since it's rained. I miss the rain too. I miss the rain so much, actually. Like, I'm not even joking. But then all of my like family and friends that live in Georgia, where it rains constantly, they're so sick of it. Which I understand. I definitely understand that side of it too. Here, I'm gonna tilt the camera a little bit because my hand keeps. Whoa, that was the wrong tilt. Whoa. No, I screwed it up. Here we go. All right, we're back there. All I was trying to do was move the camera like this. This is why I like this camera, is because I can do things like this. But whoa, did that just like... Cool. Okay. That was crazy. Sorry, you got the upside down shot of my shirt. All right, let's apply that. Oh, I was gonna add like line marks here, and then maybe there's like the mystery inside is just like a circle to represent, because like whatever opens on the capsule won't be what it actually is. I think they'll be like, this will then go to like some sort of like pop up that's like, you won this. Oh my god, I'm trying to draw by looking at the screen. Your video. I'm trying to get the camera right. Yeah. I like it when when my hand isn't just blocking the entire thing. Okay. Neck reveal. Yeah. You guys didn't know I had a neck, but I do. I in fact have one. So this was probably the sequence we'll go with here. Oh wait, Flamingo.
Lamau get pursed.
What an entrance, first of all. Welcome on in. I will derail for a second, because I did say this on stream one time. I really want to draw a flamingo with a pogo stick. That's just personally, I just love that imagery. So, real quick, we're gonna go up in this top corner here. Oh, maybe I should go to the bottom corner so no one smear over it. But this will be a quick drawing. I've just wanted to draw a flamingo with a pogo stick for a while now. Just such a fun... Basically, if you slap an animal doing something, I'm likely gonna want to draw it. That's how it goes. Are you designing this for a tattoo shop moving in next to Blue Cat Cafe? Wouldn't that be cool? Oh, there should be a tattoo shop, actually. Dang, wait, I have a flamingo character. One sec. I know I could just draw any flamingo, but I do have a flamingo character that I did on the Cattoonist. It was very brief. The Cattoonist. There's like, I just want to look at it because there's one design thing I did with it, and I want to make sure that's accurate. But this flamingo has a big crush on Artie here. Yeah, here it is. Okay, let me I don't know if this will show up, but that's the flamingo. Oh god, that's not gonna show up. That's the flamingo character. And it's alright, it's like the same color as your name on Twitch. Yeah, Man, Artie looks so different. He also has a tail. Well, everyone had a tail on the Cartoonist, and I was like, we're getting rid of those. Okay, so if we're drawing a flamingo the way I draw it, can I get the body here? But then we need the pogo stick. Actually, this is I'm like, you draw it. I guess their legs go here. Just like that. And then this goes to like a smaller. The pogo stick I'm drawing from memory. And then we gotta put the arms here. Okay, I got that. Can you draw a pogo stick? Yeah, is the real question exactly. I think this is good. I think this pogo stick looks like a pogo stick. At least I hope so. Oh wait, how did I do the beak? There's like a way I did the beak. Yeah. She has lipstick. Actually, I'm gonna have her head like tilted up. Cause the flamingo I draw is kind of like I don't know how to explain it actually. I'm gonna wait till I can get my choice of words right. And that eye doesn't that's the lipstick, and then they have a pearl necklace. That's wait, we'll redo that. Honestly, this is a great warm-up too to drawing. Just trying to draw this. Okay. Alright, let me lock in now. Now that we've got this going. Okay. There's like some of the pogo stick there. I'll try to erase these lines. I'm like, would lock in twin? I'm locked in. Okay, and then get rid of that's like the lipstick. I feel like she should have had like some sort of hair. Some sort of hair thing. Cool. This isn't a flamingo with Pokemon Go stick. Yeah, wait, what? Yeah. There's like, I'm just now imagining this like flamingo also throwing a Pokeball. Alright, there's my quick flamingo with a pogo stick. That's my quick flamingo. I just had to draw it though. It's like, I wanted to draw it. It's like the best thing you've ever drawn ever. I think you're a little biased. I was gonna, can I do this on stream? I'm just gonna put flamingo with a pogo. So the brand is Flaps. That's the brand of the pogo stick. Stick is a flamingo with a pogo stick. Flaps. Cool. Because I'm likely gonna scan this in, flamingo, I'll send it to you. You can do whatever you want with it. I would never be biased. Also, I'm gonna get Twitch chat back up. They'll never be biased. I also think it's great. It was a quick drawing, and I haven't drawn that flamingo in a while. I think I did it justice. Technically, there's some things different, but I don't think it makes sense for this drawing. Like, I guess I gave it knees, like kneecaps. Like, I don't want to do that. And then the feet are like, aren't like circles; they're like black, kind of like normal bird feet, I guess. All right, that was fun. We drew a flamingo with a pogo stick. Back to the capsules. Where did we end on the... Okay, we ended with the animation idea. So yeah, so going back to it, we're making like a little capsule that will open. And I want to have fun with the capsule. Like, it doesn't even need to look like a circle capsule, although it's probably the safest option and makes the most sense. But I like the idea of kind of making each capsule like their own character. That's always like my first bet. So like, we can make a blue cat one, Chug. We can do all the characters as a capsule, which might be the route we should go. I think having variety would be a lot of fun. And then I want to do something that kind of like some sort of like line marks so that we can like flash it on screen and you know which one. I'm trying to stay like vague about what it is, but you can kind of get an idea. But I want to like be able to signal, which I think will just be like 3 marks above it. And I was thinking like some sort of like glow around it. What's in the capsule? Ah! And I'm not trying to overhype this either. It's just simply I want to stay vague so that there's a little bit of a surprise. Tell us. Perfect use of that emote. That emote hasn't gotten used a lot since it's still new. It's a great instance of using that emote. I love the Joe Stabby one. Tell us. So we can open that Catspool. Yeah, that's exactly what they are. Yeah. Soul. I like sorry, just this part right here, the soul. It was like funny to write. Chugs Gamba. Yeah, I think maybe the route here is we do each character as a capsule. So we want 8 different capsules. And I don't want to go too crazy with like the design of them. It's mainly like, how do we put face on there, with like maybe some ears. But the ears I'll probably try to reduce because I still want it to be like a circle. Yeah, I think that's the route to go. So that's one thing that we had to think about. Let me open this up again because some of you might not have seen this, but Chugs will be another thing we're gonna redo. It's basically Chugs without arms. Where's my remote? Here. But we're gonna do this one digital. There's no point in sketching this one. So with the capsules here and another capsules. So this is sort of us like rearranging them, and that's why I think it'd be fun if each one was a character. And I sort of don't want you to see what's inside of them. And then here's just a solo capsule, which this one will be more so when we add like effects to it. And then there's a button. And the button I want to have fun with too. I think the button, I just want the button to be like Blue Cat shaped. Like Blue Cat without a face is the button. And then you like press it down and it lights up or something. Why is he so pointy? Because I didn't draw this, but that's why I want to redraw it. I want to redraw it so it like really looks like Chugs. It looks very, very close to Chugs, but there's just like the subtle things I want to change and like the cow spots and stuff. But we'll do that digital, and I'm really more focused on the capsules right now. And in case no one saw it, I'm going to show it one more time. But we finished all the clonimals. We finished coloring all the clonimals, and so towards the end of this, I think I'm gonna do like a quick. We're gonna go through all 50 of them very quickly and just put like a green or a red dot on them. Green means we like the color of it. Red means we're gonna rethink the color of it. So that'll sort of be towards the end, or if I start to get bored, or I just want to switch it up. So back to the capsules. Now let's just draw each character. So we need a bunch of circles here. We're gonna redo the Blue Cat and Chugs one too. Ideally, I'd love to bust out the light table and really get them like exactly the same, but yeah, we should throw one Pokeball in there. That's not a bad idea, actually. It'd be funny. Let's see, where are we on this page? It makes more sense if I could probably go down here. Okay. I used to have this ruler. Oh, wait. This wasn't what I was talking about, but that's a little too small. That's a little too small, but I was gonna do like a circle. But I used to have this cool ruler that was for when you're designing doing web design, but you're like sketching all of it. It had like a lot of cool things that you could trace real quick. Well, now I wish I didn't do this circle. Let's try to erase that the best I can. And then zoom in a little bit more. Okay, so this is one capsule. I'm drawing a little tiny here. Probably draw a little bit bigger. And honestly, as long as one of these looks good, it'll be fine. Because then when we get to the digital side, we can probably just like use one capsule as the template and sort of draw the face on top of all of them. But I just want to get one of the capsules right, which means I actually should just draw one part of it first instead of drawing the circle first. I want to get really creative here. I want these to be really cool looking. So if we do the Blue Cat one, and they could be like more pill shaped maybe, instead of circular shaped, but so we could do like had the whiskers. The whiskers are very important for Blue Cat. Yeah, like that. Yeah, like that looks cool. 10 out of 10 would wear this as a beanie. Man, we've always talked about getting a beanie that has the ears on it. Mo, did you come? Sorry that I even have to ask this. It's just been long enough that I always forget everything. Did you come to the Macy's parade? Because we had the yeah, for NYC. I think you knew exactly where I was going towards. The fun little hat that we made. What's in the capsule? It's a mystery. It's in a mystery. Yeah, the ears. Yeah, I would love that as a beanie. Like, we took that and made it as a beanie. I agree. It is getting that season. A knit version of that would be cool. Yeah, it was super nice in the morning. Yeah, y'all were the real MVPs because it was so cold. I was freezing, but I luckily had like a bunch of layers on and was walking, so it helped. And I had gloves, but man, were my fingers cold. I'm still sad I missed NYC. Yeah, it's man, that was a tough one to like. In my opinion, like if I'm in the shoes of someone else, I think that was a tough one to like go out for because it's Thanksgiving and it's so expensive to go there, and so like I felt bad because it wasn't like the easiest trip to make, but it was definitely a cool one. Luckily we could watch it on TV. But yeah, I wish everyone could have gone. I just felt bad for everyone who had to stand there, honestly. I mean, it's cool because you got to see the parade, but I'm more so specifically talking about my family and then like some hometown friends who made it out there, because they were like, it was awesome seeing you in the parade, but the crowd sucked and getting there sucked and it was cold. And it was just so funny because I'm like, yeah, and probably like it's cool to see all the other floats, but you're there to see like the one float. That was us. The heli ride was super cold. Wait, you took a helicopter ride? That's sick. I've always debated doing that. Because like I have this uncle who's like, oh, instead of taking an Uber from the airport, you should take a helicopter. It's much faster. And I'm like, I didn't even know that was a thing. And it's probably a little more expensive, but Thanksgiving is important to my wife, when we had a little one. See, that's the thing. Thanksgiving is also very important in my family, or at least it was for a while when my grandfather was alive. It was like we always went to his place for Thanksgiving. Every single year we drove from Georgia to where they lived every single year. So that's why I also understood is like, to a lot of people, Thanksgiving is very important. It is like the family holiday. And is why I loved the Macy's Day Parade so much, because I always watched it every Thanksgiving morning. Yeah, it was me, Wen, Greg, Subvert, and his sister. They opted for the doors off. Oh, wait, I remember you guys going on this helicopter ride. Sorry, I totally forgot about that. I remember you guys going on this helicopter ride, and I was like, dang, that sounds awesome. But the doors off? Oh my gosh. I don't think they were ready. I'm also a little bit of a baby when it comes to being cold. I have just always lived like in the South. I went from Georgia to LA, and like, so I've just always been on the South. So the idea of like air whipping during during the winter. This does not sound fun. Yeah, I want to do that because that sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds like something I want to do. I also just have never been in a helicopter either. If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to answer this. How much was it? Because I kind of want to like put it in my brain. Like, okay, if I do a helicopter ride, how much would it be? Because I think splitting it is probably the best way. And how long was it? Like, I'm guessing you ride around for like 30 minutes. Well, like somewhere in between there. Sorry, just saw a text that was kind of important. All right, so if we're gonna do Joe capsule, we have to keep her like head feathers to a minimum. And then I kind of think with Joe, we just do like, no, we can do her mouth. Yeah, that's cute. And then actually, we could even like squeeze in her necklace right there. For little Joe. I remember off the top of my head, but I think it was like $300 a person. Oh, $300, but the whole group had to pay at once. It depends. $300 a person? Dang. I mean, I guess I have no frame of reference for a helicopter ride. Depends how long the route they take. Yeah, and I guess it's New York City too. Cute. This is actually really cute. I like where this is going. I love the idea that each capsule is a character. And so I'm kind of proving the concept here by sketching it first. You did good in New Jersey and then fly out from there? Oh no. I'm guessing like Hoboken or something. That's funny. I mean, that makes sense though. It makes sense that you would leave New York so that you could like properly take off and then go over it. Because it's so close. I mean, New York City is basically in New Jersey. Alright, let's keep drawing these capsules though. Ooh, I just realized Artie might be a little tough one to draw. Artie is one of those characters where in my head, he looks a little cursed when he's looking straight. Like Homer Simpson. When Homer Simpson looks straight, which he like apparently in his like character brand Bible, like he's not ever really supposed to look straight on. And so that's kind of how I feel about Artie. So with Artie, we got to get the nose and then his like lines here. And then I think that works. He doesn't have a mouth. Wait. There we go. Yeah, that works. That's fine. And so this would be super dark. This would be like a light gray. And And then Joe will be kind of like, the red will be up here. But then I think it's white on the bottom. She's gonna look like a Pokeball, that's for sure. And then Blue Cat will be blue and then his green pants, is what I'm thinking, instead of yellow. But look at these little capsules. The problem is I have to animate all of these. Maybe I figure out a way to... Oh, I know what I can do. I'll animate them in After Effects instead of like hand drawn, like frame by frame. Because essentially what I'm thinking about is if we draw this where each capsule is a top and a bottom, and we like force that together, but we export them separately, and they're all within the same box. I'm just trying to like templatize this. We throw that in After Effects and we make some sort of like squish and like pop animation. And that way we can just throw in any design and it will just automatically do that, so that we don't have to do them all separately. Just trying to think about that one. That I might or might not do on stream, because that might take a lot of like figuring out. And I'm not sure if that's interesting or not. So, but we got the gang here. We got the OG crew. So next, let's try to do Kira. I'm debating if we should do Chugs or not. Because technically, Chugs will be the one retrieving the capsules. I don't know if he should be on there or not. Like, he's already represented in what this will be. So let's try to do Kira here. And Kira's got to have like a little... I gotta make Kira's ears smaller than they should be. Because I don't want to hit... There's definitely like a height limit that we will have with these. And then easy peasy, we just add some really big angry eyes here. And then one half is dark and one half is light. Could maybe even get away with adding like the jewel right there. It kind of looks like it kind of looks like the nose of like an animal, so I might get rid of that actually. Let's do that, and then this will be super dark. So let's fill this in. Oh, there's the Kira capsule. I might or might not do the split on the capsule, the bottom part. I probably will. But then we need to do the sidekicks. So I do want to do the sidekicks as well and have all of them as a capsule, because we need as many variants as possible. And I'm trying to think if we should do all the extra characters too. It depends how easy the animation process is. Because we're essentially going to choose one of these capsule designs. So far, Joe is the best. Joe is the most like well-rounded, like it looks good capsule compared to the rest. Like all of the proportions look correct. So she will probably be the template, and then we'll draw on top of all of those. Yeah, just think about that. And then we'll fix it all in After Effects. Should work fine. Just thinking about it. Okay. So then let's continue here. I think Bones has to have even tinier ears, and then Bones will have like it's funny drawing all these like tiny. And it'll just kind of go like that, and then Bones' eyes here. There's the Bones capsule, which I like. No Chugs. So I don't think there should be Chugs because Chugs is the one retrieving the capsules. So it's kind of like redundant. And that's like the only reason. I'm trying to stay vague here. Yeah, so I'm gonna do all the sidekicks. Characters, sidekicks, and then like I said, Chugs is the one retrieving it, so you are Chugs, basically, is what I'm trying to say. You are Chugs, and that's why I think it's funnier, you know, if he's grabbing everything else. But I was wondering if, you know, at some point I do want to start like sort of integrating some of the other characters into this. So like Pip, the penguin. I just also have a special place in my heart for Pip. He's one of my favorite. He's like, technically Pip is on the same level as the other three character of Blue Cat, Joe, and Artie. Now we really need to see Chug's Naruto run tank. Yeah. That would be actually kind of hard to draw, but here. I'll do a very quick drawing for you for that. Let's do it next to the flamingo with the pogo stick, the flaps. Pitball? Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I think we do a Pitball. But first we do so with Chugs, he needs to be like this, and we need to be able to put his arms. The problem is you can't see Chugs' other arm. He's a box. But we can give him a leaf headband. Am I in frame? Yes, okay. I'm trying to quickly do this. Doesn't quite look like he's running. Let's do a... That was quick. I just tried to do something. Chat is laggy? No! Oh, wait. Is it really? Oh, man. I hate that chat is laggy, actually. Oh, I did drop frames. My Wi-Fi has been weird the past few days. I need to actually do something about that. It's been weird. Like, even we've been watching stuff late night and been running into some buffering issues. But yeah, we did drop frames, so it was laggy for a sec. The capsule thing is a red herring. Klon is actually making a giant Plinko set. That's not a bad idea either. See, what I like about that is reusing assets. Maybe we are doing a Plinko set. I didn't say I was going to confirm anything. Chug's animation would make it easier for the run. Thanks for doing that. Yeah, no problem, Tank. I was like, I love the idea of Chug's like full speed running. Oh, I should have drawn him straight on. I think if I drew him straight on, then I could put both arms back next time. See, this is why I like the drawing board streams, because I like when people suggest things and I know I can draw it in like a few minutes. It makes it more interesting for me, at least. That way I'm not like locked in on something. These are all definitely going inside a clear bowling ball. They all are bowling balls. Each one's a bowling ball. Although I guess their ears and stuff would not make sense. Just like as it's rolling. Okay, let's do Milo and Sage. Oh, actually, let's do them below. We can get a nice little hexagon going. I'll zoom out a little bit. Okay, let's do them down here. I'll start over here first. All right, so Sage. The bottom part is a little big. Not that it really matters in the sketch part, because we are just gonna probably take Joe here and draw all of them on top of this like nice shape that we have here. The Joe one is like actually perfect. And so Sage, but sketching them helps because it at least has like we've done the thinking. Sage. Oh, that did not turn out good. Because Sage also needs her hair. Okay, Sage one was a little actually a little more detailed than I thought it would be. But then we'll make that like the darker green and that the darker green, and then the light green there. And then Milo should be pretty. I think Milo should be easy. It's just the only reason I don't know if I want to do Old Man Berg as like an additional character is he's so close to Blue Cat that I like all of these being like their own color and like silhouette basically, because I do love Old Man Berg, but okay, Milo looks great. He's just tiny. The green sloth, who right now, I guess he does and doesn't have a name. He had a name back in the day, and it was Kobe. Which is not a reference to the basketball player Kobe. Different Kobe. But he does need to make his debut at some point, and honestly, we can break open that door whenever. So maybe he is. I know my buddy. He's basically named after my buddy, who has supported me through all of this since before the Cartoonist. What's Kobe like? He's he fits a stereotype that we don't have yet. He's very lazy, mostly leans into the laziness. He's a very chill guy. And he's just kind of like the tall guy who's like, he's more like, more like Shaggy. He's more like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. It's like we're just gonna reference those things without saying it. But he's totally that guy. Yeah, I think you're picking up what I'm putting down. So let's draw those characters. You know, screw it. I dig, yeah. So let's first do Pip, because Pip is in the animation. So Pip is locked in as a character. And I want Kobe to be as well. And then we could even draw Lilac. Because Lilac is different enough from Blue Cat. Ah, man, I love Pip. I think of her like Nancy Drew. Yes, yes, exactly. Oh, I love Pip, man. I'm really glad that I decided to put Pip in the animation. That was sort of like, I guess some context around Pip in the animation was, at first he wasn't planned to be in the animation. And then I told Titmouse, I was like, look, I have this other character that I really want to start including. But like, we don't need to, I actually was about to be the voice actor for Pip. Straight up. I was about to say like, and I think I did a line or two, but I hated it. I hated my voice as like, I'm not a voice actor. I realized that through the whole animation process. I was like, oh, I have some big respect for voice actors because it's harder than it looks, actually. And I was just going to do some random lines for Pip, mainly like noises. So anyways, I was like, I have this character and I really want Pip. He's kind of like a nerdy character. And I want him to be the butt of a joke, like every time. Like he's going to be the butt of the joke so much that you actually start to feel bad for Pip. Like you saying poor Pip. That's exactly the reaction I want when we talk about Pip. Like, you want to root for Pip, but he just is always getting the short end of the stick. That's just how it is. He just fits that character type. And you want Pip to win, but he's gonna get chased by a car, or he's gonna get his like soda snatched out of his hands. Yeah, he's easy to love. He's just that cute, adorable character who's nerdy looking. So we love Pip. I love Pip. He's one of my favorites. And then back in the Cattoonist days, the other lore behind Pip that we might or might not do is that he has a secret life, that he's actually like a DJ, like a very successful DJ who's like really good at what he does. But like the other characters don't know that. And so he lives this like double life where he's like, when they know him and he's in the, you know, he's not that persona. He's just the butt of the joke, getting made fun of. And then at night, you know, when he puts on his persona of, and we haven't come up with a name for that, what his persona is. Yeah, Underground Cool. He's just like this really sick DJ. So he lives a double life. Let's draw Kobe. Which will be the first time I've really drawn Kobe in a while. He's got to have his ears. And then his mouth, the nose. Okay, I managed to fit all of that in there. And then he's green. Yeah. He's kind of in there. I wrote a scene for Kobe. He and Artie are in class together. That's a funny interaction, actually. That's a funny interaction because, like, to me, Artie is also kind of like a bad boy. And I feel like Kobe is sort of like, they're not like bad, but they get into shenanigans. And I feel like those two actually would have a really funny interaction together. Like, they would be friends. Like, I could see Artie being more friends with Kobe than he is friends with Blue Cat. Because originally in the Cartoonist, it like Blue Cat and Artie are like rivals in a sense. Where Artie just loves making fun of Blue Cat. And most of the time he gets away with it, but sometimes he doesn't. Which is why, last character here, Lilac is a thing, Blue Cat's little sister, because she is also on Team Artie of like making fun of Blue Cat and like pranking him and doing things like that. Yeah, deep down, Artie is just jealous. He's not as cool as Blue Cat. He wants to be, and he perceives himself like as this cool guy, but deep down, he's just a nerd. Although they're all nerds. Oh gosh, Lilac is... Wow, I haven't drawn Lilac in forever. Lilac also has a mouth like that, and then she kind of has like eyeshadow, I guess, or like, yeah, that's eyeshadow, right? And then I kind of drew this wrong. Be a little taller, but her ears are colored as well. Wow. Man, it's crazy when you go so long without drawing a character. You kind of forget. It's been a while. It's been a while. Okay, I did draw it correctly. The only thing is her eyebrows. Although, I might... Let me just completely redraw this, actually, because I did the capsule part wrong as well. So here, I'll put an X over that. It's kind of hard to get all of her detail in there. Let me see. She has whiskers. Yeah, she has the double whiskers like Blue Cat. And then this would all be a Lilac as well. Yeah, that one. Yeah, we got our little capsule characters here. I think we add in the other ones just for fun. I think we start integrating the other ones as just like bonus characters. Which are basically these three right here. We start adding those guys in. Alright. Ooh. There we go. Alright, so... I don't think there's anything else I needed to sketch, but I do want to open a pack of Pokemon cards. Let me get the tilt back to normal. So we're straight down here. Okay. I want to open some Pokemon cards if anyone's ready. Oh yeah! We have this one and I think 2 more packs. Let me check, because I'm curious. Yep, we got 2 more packs. I'm honestly proud of myself for holding on to for like not opening them all. Oh, weird. It didn't show me the Cloncast Boogie as an emote. It showed as text in chat, but then it shows up on chat. There must be something up with the chat. today. Because I've noticed that a few times, I think, today. Alright. Let's do this. Alright. Come on. Give me the Giratina card. Give me the Giratina card. That is the chase here. Wait. Was I, well, I'm not gonna peek because I don't want to ruin anything here. But then let me refocus the camera. Alright, we got Altaria. Rowlith, or Growlithe. But the Hisuian one? Yeah. Electabuzz. Whatever this trainer is. Whoa. Is this, I'm guessing this is like any energy type you want. I can't read Japanese here. Spirit Tomb. Okay. Ooh. A Zapdos card. I'm assuming this is a Zapdos card, not a Dodrio. That's cool. I actually have never seen this card before. And I love Zapdos, so that's a win. That's a cool card, actually. I like that a lot. That'll just be a card that goes into my collection. I like that. Yeah, Galarian Zapdos. What's up, Link? Yeah, Galarian Zapdos is fighting type. Isn't that weird? Oh, what's up, Sheepy? Ooh, wait. Dang it! I got excited, but we already have this card. We pulled this one in another pack. Dang it! Next time I ship out a package, I'll include the Mewtwo card. And then I think these are just whatever. But I am pumped about this. I actually really like this card. Yeah, still looks sick though, the V-Star ones. There's a really, really cool Mewtwo card in this set. But I am pumped about this one, so let me get a little sleeve here. Let me get the old sleeve. I mean, I will always be pumped that we pulled this Charizard card. This was a hit. This made the box worth it, even though money-wise, it doesn't pay for the box, but I love this card so much. But it was never really about the money, so. I just wanted to rip packs on stream. But yeah, the Charizard card is sick. That's like a personal... That was one I wanted because I have a subtle like Venusaur collection that I'm starting. Yeah, that's sick. Okay. I'll put it in a top loader because I have a top loader binder. Oh my gosh. I can go in there. There we go. There we go. All clean. I'm just gonna put this guy in just a simple. That'd be fun actually if I ship out stuff like I did with the Klon originals. I'll throw in some of like the duplicate cards. So I think so far this is what we've for anyone who cares. I bought a box of the V-Star Universe cards, and I'd say these are our best hits so far. So we got the Charizard here. We got a Miltank, which I love this card as well. We got the Mew card, which I also love. I will say the ones that we have pulled like the full art version for are all Pokemon I really like. So I love Mew. Love Latios. Like I love those two so much. Don't know this trainer, but it's a trainer card, so it's a hit. And then the Zapdos, which I've never seen this card before, which is why I'm pumped about it. So quality, like this is why I like this set, is because I think you usually get some hits from it instead of it just being straight up like always duds. Oh, but Link, now that you're here, because you know the full context, So we did some capsule design here. Trying to focus here. Here we go. Is that a Zapdos? Thought it was a no, so it technically that is Galarian Zapdos, which is like a version of Zapdos that's fighting type, and it's chasing Doduo or Dodrio, I'm guessing. But yeah, I love the capsules. We got to the conclusion of making all the capsules the characters, minus Chugs. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. I did include these three, which I think I want to start including in stuff. Especially in this case, where it's like, we just want more variety. And so the idea, Link, is that we don't see what's inside of it. And then we do some sort of fun, like, animation. Capsule pops open. It's like a vague, like, just a circle to be like, oh, this is, you got the circle. But then then like a little window pops up, which is a very crude window that I drew. But like something pops up and it's like, this is what you actually got inside the capsule. Little surprise expression when got. Ooh. Interesting. Yeah, we could definitely add expressions to this. And so what I'm going to try to do, Link, is templatize this so that I can do an animation for just one of them and then switch out the assets and it just does the animation for all of them, and that's how we export it. Dude, this is literally why I don't put on Twitter chat on screen, because you get some of the weirdest people in chat. You like get some of the weirdest comments from X. It's so funny to me. I'll let you guys go check it out. Effectively like an NFT trait style system. Yeah, it's like, yeah, where we can templatize it. What are these? These are capsules. I'm sorry, Tank. I'm not talking about you. Tank, I wish I could put the chat on for you. I wish we could just Tank's comments come on screen. That's why I have to, anytime Tank chats, I'll say it out loud so that people know. But yeah, I keep it to Twitch chat because I also can moderate Twitch chat. I cannot moderate X chat, which you get some of the, not Tank. Tank is the MVP of Twitch chat or Twitter chat. It's the other people, and I think Tank knows who I'm talking about. Yeah, Tank chat. He has his own like little window. Tank chat pops up and shows his little cool cat. But I'm pumped about these. I like how these turned out. So I think we can now digitize these and just focus on the capsules right now. I did mention another thing I wanted to do was go through all of the clonimals here. Oh wait, that's gonna show. There we go. How much does chat know about these? Not much. I've shown them this link. Let me I've shown them this Chugs that I want to redraw. And then the capsules, and then I didn't do the button design. Wait, I still might want to do the button design. And I said that Chugs is gonna retrieve the capsules. That was how vague I kept it, which is why we didn't draw Chugs as a capsule. But yeah, like I said, Link and I are cool with doing all this on stream and stuff, but we want to keep like a tiny bit of it vague so that it's actually a surprise when it comes out. And so this was sort of like, this is what Link put together as like the reference for me to then do what we did today on stream. We know everything. You should run it by us again. Oh my god. Yeah. We know. Klon told us everything. Where's my mouse on the screen? Like, I see the mouse on the screen, but it's not, There we go. Gosh. I wanted to get back to this. We know everything. And so the other thing I wanted to do on stream that I think we'll definitely have time for, and I've said it before, is I want to go through all of these and just mark if we like them as the color they are or not, just like quickly. So like capsules and a chug sort of thing with that like idea, and then, you know, all that good stuff kind of thing. Yeah, I think you explained, honestly, Link, I think you just spoiled more than you should have. You kind of just gave it away there, man. Spoilers, my bad. Yeah. Keep it under wraps, man. Button. I want to do one button design here. So, which would be kind of easy. Basically, we're just gonna do like, I think it should be, I just think Blue Cat is probably the best option for a button. So I kind of want to draw like button and then ears here. I probably didn't have to sketch this. This might be easier digital, but... And I don't think it needs the face. Actually, I'm not even gonna do this. Who's that? Klonamon! What's up, Samuel? So I'm gonna sketch this. I should have, scan this. I should have scanned this when I was doing the Pokemon stuff. I just realized, but here we are. Okay. All right. Scan. Right. Hopefully my scanner is already on. I want to open more packs of Pokemon cards so badly, but we've done a good job at doing one per stream. I think one of the streams we did two because it was a really bad one. Dang, capsules, am I right? So sick. Dude, those capsules, man. I do like the capsules being characters because I actually think there's a lot more we can do with that concept outside of what we're doing with it. Kind of opens the door. We had one guess that it's a Plinko board. Bing, 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 bing. Which we could also do. I guess I did confirm that that was not what it was. So I did confirm one thing. I tried to leave it. I tried to not confirm anything, but I accidentally said no. Okay, we're scanning here. Yeah. Oh, Plinko board is cool, but wrong! Because that sounds kind of easy to do with what these capsules are. I think maybe get rid of like the one thing I might do is get rid of like the edge that's around it. Yeah, so sick. So or the other details that you're gonna rehash with those now. So what else is there? Kira emote. Kira business. Do you see the Chugs bit? Chugs doesn't have arms. Oh, we got that. Sorry, still scanning in. I guess I could go to Photoshop now. No arms? No arms, Chug? So Chug lost his arms, and he has to open the capsules to find his arms again. It's a little weird, but trust us on this concept. Chugs. Search for his arms. That's what this is called. But how can he open them without his arms? Oh no. Oh no. How's he gonna do that? Is my keyboard still... Yes. Okay, cool. All right, save that. Perfect. 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 We can go to Photoshop here. I always knew, however chaotic Chugs was, deep down he was armless. Yeah. He's not Legolas, though. Good, 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 good. Did I get a splinter? Might have. Okay, let me disconnect this real quick and put it safely away. No more armies for my sleeveys. Yeah, he just kicks it open. Chugs has already shown that he has a really good like flying kick. So that's how he'll open it. He's just like, it's like leg out. Okay, be back. Yeah. Thanks for hopping in. And we might not draw all the capsules today. Because as I keep looking at this Clonimals thing, I do kind of want to go through them. So, but the capsules also, I feel like they shouldn't take too long. But I always say that, and then it takes too long. Alright, let's go over here now. That. On over there. And then, yeah, we're good to go. Okay, I'll leave the Clonimals up, or I'm gonna put the Clonimals away. What I was trying to say. Man, do I love these. This is what I was waiting for with the Clonimals, is like when we could get them all nice on one sheet, and then I feel like it just looks a lot better. It paints the picture. Okay, so we need to, I think, use this layer here as our starting layer. Oh, let me put that away. Scans. Here we go. Open with Photoshop. Okay. Okay. And then the mic right there. All right. So we got a flamingo with a pogo stick here, bouncing up and down. I guess I could just not delete it. All right, let's go to the capsules. All right, so like I said, let's start with Joe, because Joe is the best proportions. I drew Joe perfectly. And then we will draw all of the other ones on top of that. Let me bring that over here. And then I'm going to expand the artboard size here. Ooh, we could do a 1080. Let's do that. Perfect. Oh, I disconnected, didn't I? No. Where's Kira? No. Am I here? Am I still here? Ah. Oh. Wait, Mo. Flamingo with a pogo stick. Am I back? Man, dude. I gotta figure out my internet. This has been happening like off stream too, when I've been like trying to watch stuff. Alright, we're back. Man. I don't like dropping frames. I don't like disconnecting. Things we don't like on this stream. And I even think like my Wi-Fi is turned off like everywhere that I'm not using it on. Anyways, we're back. We're so back. So basically I was debating between more like circular Joe or like wide Joe. And I think now that I see both of them together, I think I like the circle one more rather than the wide Joe. Yeah. I think I like that more. And even though I like kind of the organic look of this, I'll probably still try to make it like a perfect circle. Okay. Like this. I hope everyone stayed. I hope no one's just looking at a blank screen still. I feel like you have to refresh chat. Man, it always kills my Steam when I know like when it even shows me that like Stream Elements says like I'm live again. Because if I'm not mistaken, if I go to Twitter right now, it probably did like another. Yeah, dang it, man. It basically starts like a brand new stream. That's annoying. Man. Oh well. Alright, we keep going. I don't get distracted here, but it does suck. Okay, so let's get rid of that capsule. I think that's the exact shape we want here. Now let's put it in the middle. I had to let my cat out. Okay. Well, we keep going. I think that's a good size. Like I want it to be like a thick line weight, but I don't want to go too thick because then we can't do some of the detail we want to do. So let's try 15. Yeah, that probably is what we should do. Alright, so let's zoom in here. All right, nice and centered here. All right, so really what I should do before drawing Joe all the way through is just drawing a capsule. That's like a perfect circle. And I think we should probably put a line there, line there. And see what we like about that. Okay. And then I want to make sure that each side is the same. Like the same distance. I'm gonna do that, and then because everything is perfectly centered, if we do that, we should be good. lower the opacity. Cool. Nice. Okay, that looks good. And then let's keep going here. Cool. I think that looks good. And then I want to do Round Boy. Yeah, gotta be, you know, it's gotta be a circle. Although now that I think about that, now that you said Round Boy, let me actually nudge that up. Because even though like a capsule is like a perfect, it's not exactly a perfect circle. It's like, you know, it's two pieces coming together, so it's actually a little taller than that. Let's do this, but then I'm gonna go ahead and add some color in here, and might as well, let's just make it Joe color. Okay. Paint bucket tool. Okay, so that's one side. It's gonna look like a Pokeball, but this makes it easier to visualize. So this will be, if we group that, this is top capsule. And I think we go a little bit higher too. Yeah. And now we draw the bottom part. So we'll just hide this completely. And then naming my layers here. Bottom capsule. Then get the line weight that we needed. And so now let's delete the current guides that we have there. And I think we go to like right there. Maybe a little further up. And so now we're just going to do the opposite, but this time we can just kind of do, I don't know if we need any kind of like lip. One side done. Okay. And if we put that on top, that's what it looks like. So now I'm going to do this. And then hide everything else. And now it definitely looks like a Pokeball. Shower thought, how can you tell if she blushes? Oh. She's red. Pink. Pink cheeks. Joe will get pink cheeks. That's how. I don't know if I should put the lip on this bottom part. So we're gonna experiment with that. Let me get rid of that. And so let's, no matter what, give it some color here. Characters, where's we go? I was gonna use white, but it probably makes more sense for me to use pink here, so that we can see the color difference, since we are on a white background already. So let's test this out, basically, taking these two. So that's the capsule, which I figured that would look fine. But then let's imagine we're taking off the top here, like... Oh, I probably should put like a little bit of like a roundness at the top part. But basically the idea would be that we pop this off. Yeah, we should put the roundness there. Okay. I'll do that on its own layer in case we hate it. No, it's already... Probably should add one more guide back. Kind of like that. Now it looks like it actually, you know, holding something inside of it. Let me add another guide here. Okay. I think that looks good. The capsule's open! I still don't know what's inside of it! Alright, let's clear those. And then this is a capsule on top. Figured it would hide all of that. And so let's also try out... Yeah. That looks good. Maybe what we could add is... I'm gonna really lightly hide that one. And another layer here. If, gotta get the angle right. Does that work? Yeah, that works. Okay. Just a Joe Schmo. Just a Joe. Okay. Bring this back, because I like all my line weight to be the same exact width here. Okay, so that I think looks good. So capsule on. I guess technically I would want like a little bit of curvature to the top part, but we're not going to add that. Because it would probably make this part make more sense. So, yeah, but it would make sense. Dang it. Okay, let's get rid of that. Hide this. So this is why we're making the template once, because once we have that template down, this will be way easier. But this should be an easy solve. I might just have to retrace what we're about to do. Let's move that to its own layer. I will have get rid of that, get rid of that. I guess get rid of that. We're gonna try to mimic this like arch that we made here, but with this part. So we're gonna add a nice little warp to this arc, and then go the other way here. We're just gonna slide. That's if we did exact, but I actually don't think we do exact. We kind of go just a tiny bit, just a tiny, 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 tiny bit. Okay. And so let me color here. So before we try to like finalize this, so now if the capsule was to come off, yeah, see that's what I want. Is it looks rounder now that we added those like, yeah, okay, that was worth it. The bottom part is done. It's the top part I now want to. I guess really, if I was to not. We just need to redraw this part because we had to warp it, and when we warp things, it like does something to the pixels, which is why I will typically redraw something like this. So put it there, and get our line back out, and then make some edits here. And I also want this to be straight, which I probably should bust out a line for that. Yeah. Bust out a line. Okay. And then now we retrace the other parts. Okay. So then we can get rid of the. Wait, what's this layer? Nothing? Okay. Delete, delete, color. Make sure that color is within the. Dang it. Yeah. Okay. There we go. It's our capsule template. So then when we do these, we will just copy and paste this and make it like the character. Easy peasy. I'm not gonna lie. When the stream just went down, it kind of killed my Steam. Not gonna lie. It's like, I wish it didn't, but it did. Okay, so Joe here. True. Yeah, I don't know what it is, man, but it's happened once before, but it just like kills my Steam when the stream like completely disconnects and then reconnects. Cause like, yeah. Please don't lie to us. What am I lying about? Oh, never mind. Dude, I swear I used that before so many sentences and I wish I didn't. It's like one of those like just ingrained in how I talk. I'm not gonna lie. But why would I lie? I've played these games before, yeah. Well, now I just want to play Pokemon. Like, I just want to like switch my brain from drawing, but it also would be good for me to like finish this and not just let it hang. But man, it just destroys my Steam when this happens. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna power through it. At least do Joe, because if I can at least do Joe and animate it correctly, then I can do the other ones a lot easier. Which actually, now that I'm saying that out loud, is probably how I should do it. We should just create one and then animate it and then do each version of it. Because we need to know the animation works and we need to know if the animation like stops us from doing anything that we might want to do. So let me now take the capsule here. Now the capsule is a reference. So this is a template capsule. And we will now lower the opacity there. And now draw Joe on top of it. Yeah, I wish I could use a different side of my brain. I think another thing I should consider here is what box am I going to be inside of. So let's finish drawing Joe first. So if I'm going to do this in After Effects, what will likely happen is the top and the bottom will be two separate parts. And when I animate this, like the anchor point to animate for the top part will be like right there at the very bottom. So whatever's at the top doesn't matter. And then, yeah, I'm thinking out loud as I do this. I don't make any mistakes. Okay. And I don't need to draw the capsule part. We just need to draw like Joe's eyes here. So lower that. Hair. Eyes. Okay. One of them. Is that nice? Yeah. And then the tiniest amount of eyelash here. Because what I want to do here is just copy and paste that. Oh, actually, she looks kind of cute looking in a direction. Because I was going to have her being like cross-eyed a little bit. I kind of liked that. Now I want to make it more of a circle. Because I could do this and then The beak will actually be the hard part. So. Alright, well that's a copy of the eye. Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. The shape of the eye doesn't quite work. I like it. I like this. I might redraw it, but let's do the beak, which needs to be on its own layer. It's kind of how Joe's mouth is. We're gonna do it this way, and then maybe shrink the eyes a little bit so that we give ourselves a little bit more room here. And then the mouth. I just hope we can draw this with the line weight that we're working at. Okay. I don't know where that stray mark came from. Okay. Then we're gonna take all of that. We're gonna redraw one more time. And then get rid of the sketch underneath. Alright, hopefully this works out. I think the line weight that we're using might be a little too big. And also, I want to add like circle here so that her eyes are more, they're not angled at all, because right now they're a little angled. Let's redraw. All right. And then the mouth, I'm just oh wait, no, we might be fine on that side actually, because there won't be a line up here. There won't be a line up there, so actually the eyelash should be fine. Let's redo that. Alright, then we can get rid of all of that. Yeah, I just feel like some of the lines here are just a little like squiggly. Not smooth. Not smooth like I like it.
And then we should add some color. Alright, Joe Capsule. We'll start combining some of these. So everything needs to go on the top layer here. And then we erase. Start erasing some stuff. Add the color back. Yeah. The Joe capsule. Staring at it. Make sure everything looks good. I think because we have the room now, we might be able to get away with kind of extending those a little bit. Yeah, I think it matches the other side more now. And then let's make this a different color. Sure, you know what, this color works. Because really, I think the bottom part of the capsule, this, should be white. Oh snap, Cool Cats lollipops? They do look like lollipops, actually. They totally look like lollipops. See, another thing. So Life Belongs, you've now figured out 2 things that we can do with these outside of what they are meant to do. We got Plinko and we got lollipops. Put that on top. Not that I really need a reference for this. It might just help a little bit. Like that's a good center point there. Oh, I might even duplicate that. That's her necklace there. We'll take that. Make sure it's. Whoa. Merge. Center. There we go. Or round pills. Yeah, they. This is our you know, like the Flintstone gummies. This is our version of that. Oh, I should probably get rid of this. I knew it. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. There. That's a great way to fake it. And then I'm not quite sold on the bottom being white. I could make the necklace bigger too. I think it actually might look better. Might look better bigger. Not bigger line weight, just bigger in general. So let's get rid of that. And then lower that, and let's redo that. Mainly like the medallion part. Yeah. Joe Journey pills. Go from here to there, and then here. Yeah, okay, that works. Oh my god. And then we add the because really this is gonna be hidden like that. So the only thing I want to try out is I always call them accent colors, but it's just like additional color. So if we did also Joe red here, but then we did like the pattern of Joe. Let's fill this in. Because the white was just looking a little boring, kinda. I want to see if adding anything to it helps. And I didn't want to do the pink either, because I didn't like how that looked either. I don't know if I like that either. I'm gonna keep it like as a layer, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I. She looks like she's sitting on an egg 100%. That's I'm like, we'll have to figure that. You think you liked the line? I think I liked it when I pushed it up a little bit. Oh, let me get rid of the that line, and then let's make this that color. Makes it a little nicer to look at. Because it'll be that, you know, it'll be smaller. We won't be looking at it that size. It's definitely more interesting than like. I do agree. This is better than this. This is too plain. You know, we could. This is the second option here. And then that's the other option, which references her boots being this pink. Her boots are the same color as her beak. Maybe it's just the white. Okay, so here, let me take this green here. Let's change it to a color we're not going to use instead of... Oh, dang it. One sec, sorry. Copy. Okay. paste. Joe's color is green. Cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Remove the space. All right, let's add some mod icons here. How about you just get, what's the band? How about you just get banned? Okay, cool. And now we can do the ban hammer. How much do you think the viewers are? I deleted the message. Oh wait, cheap viewers on streamboo.com. I'm just here to advertise for them. Cheap. yeah. Kill them, Glon. Yeah, I need to see. The problem is, on my end, I can have like mod, like symbols next to everyone's name. The problem is, I worry I'm gonna accidentally click one of those. I'll do it that way. Okay, so back to this. I think this is a better representation of how it would look with the green background. How many how cheap do you think the viewers are? I guess think about the other ones. If she has a feathery bottom, what will the others get? That's a good point. I don't think any of the other ones will have anything special underneath them. Which is why I don't think the accent color works. I just don't know if white works either. And I don't know if pink works either. So here is perfect red. All red capsule. Maybe we do this instead. Actually, here, let me make a new layer. Oh, dang hotkeys. We grab this blue. I don't know if it probably should be the black instead of blue. Okay, we do that. Then this is strictly just a layer to make the other layer darker. So this is if we made the bottom a little bit darker. So it at least provides contrast, you know? A little bit. Feathery bottom capsule, the necklace with the gold. That's your vote? It's saved. That's the thing. It's like, I'm not gonna get rid of it. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, there's something here. There's something here I like, actually. Okay. It's interesting. I'm not sold on it either. Is there a color none of them have that you could do as the bottom for all? That's also some good thinking there. So like, oh God, I'm about to make it the green again. I'm just T-Pain. Oh, feathery bottom capsule, the necklace with the gold. That's how I read it. I do kind of like, there's something here that I like with this little combo going on. But let's entertain the idea of what Life Belongs just said, because technically every character does have like a second color. I don't think what I'm about to do will work, but that's green. So she does have like, no, because then Blue Cat's gonna get green. There's something about this one I like. It's either this or this. And maybe if it's this, it's not really that dark. It's more like that. I'm gonna sit on this one. We have options now. I think we have multiple options that could work. Yeah. Let's do Blue Cats next. I think doing Blue Cats next will help with a lot of things. So. So this is Joe capsule, and I'm actually going to take this background and make it a part of her capsule. And here's the template again. We're going to duplicate it so that we can do blue cat capsule. Get rid of that. And I think for the blue cat capsule, we will use this ink. Blue looks awesome on ink. And then I think what I was gonna try to do is Blue Cat's capsule, the bottom part, will either be his t-shirt color. Not that. Not there. Will be that. So we can kind of envision Blue Cat without even drawing Blue Cat real quick. So Blue Cat's capsule might look something like that. Oh, Tank, I just saw your comment. Looks like a Christmas ornament. Add that as the third thing we can do with these. So we got Plinko, we got lollipops, and we got Christmas ornaments. It's exactly what this looks like. And then I guess let's try the yellow out, just to try it out. Oops, wrong color. Wrong color, wrong layer. There we go. So that would be, I think I like the yellow more. But Milo could have red as the bottom. Yeah, that's the tricky thing about Joe. Joe would either be pink or white. I think I like them being a solid color as the bottom. Like, we don't get into any more detail other than the top. Yeah. Alright, let's quickly make Blue Cat, because let's just draw one of his ears. Oh. Duplicate. Ah, that always happens. Duplicate that. Okay. Okay. And we could do all this and figure out that what might look best is just a darker version of whatever the top color is. That might end up being the best outcome. Can I get rid of, no. This layer just kind of, there we go. Or Joe's necklace gets a downgrade from gold to silver, and you could use the yellow for all the bottoms. That's a thought. I think I would remove her necklace altogether in that case, because I'm not willing to downgrade her necklace from gold. Not even downgrade. It's just that her necklace has to be gold. So if anything, I would just get rid of the necklace, which honestly I don't know why I didn't consider that when we were testing everything out. Because that's true. Like, that's... Let's go back to Joe for a second now. That's cool, actually, to see them change like that. Let me make the necklace its own layer. Ooh, just get rid of that. And I think now actually looking at it, it looks better. Because none of the other ones will get anything below, which makes her stand out. And then we could do like... Oh, right. That. Is that pink? Yeah. Okay, let's finish Blue Cat. Yeah, I think getting rid of the necklace was the right move, and then we can consider what color we use for the bottom. Right now I'm using that pink, just cause. It's easier to look at. But yeah. Yeah, I think that's the route we go. No necklace. Those. Combine these. Do that. And then do we add whiskers or not? Is the next question. And if we add whiskers, do we do them right here? Which I don't want. If I had my choice, they would definitely go right here. I just don't want... I don't know how it's gonna pan out. But I didn't want too many things going past the edge of that. But I am definitely going to duplicate these. I want as much perfect symmetry as possible here. Just do that. Okay, so they're like right there. Those need to go in a little bit. Okay, those are the whiskers, merge layers, whiskers, center those, okay. And then let's finish out the color of Blue Cat here by adding tongue color. White for the eyes. Here we go. We got a blue cat. We got a blue cat. So I'm gonna flash both real quick. So we got blue cat here. And Joe. Blue cat, Joe. I think I like that. I'm pretty sure I feel like I definitely don't like... Definitely don't like it being green. Well, okay. Now that I see it all together, so there's Blue Cat, Yellow pops more. Yellow is just more exciting. And then there's the other option where we could add pink is kind of cool too. Wait. That was an accident. I didn't want to do pink at first, but then there's that. And with Joe's, let me do the same thing where we make this white. Alright, so boop, boop. That way she's pink. I forgot about that. Alright, so we leave her pink, or we do what I was gonna do is take the blue here, but then go darker. So all of the capsules instead will be just a darker version of whatever the top is. Which looks better for Blue Cat. I think it looks worse for Joe. So they could be like that. They're more simple. That's for sure. That, this. That. All right, and then let's just view them next to each other. You should go here. All right, so that's them next to each other. Yeah, I might sit on this decision. And come back with a fresh pair of eyes. And I might also, I think I'll do it off stream. Try to animate them. I think the animation might take longer than how I'm willing to stream. Either way, I like them. If I'm going to zoom out completely, I really like the idea of each character looking like a capsule. Do they look like capsules? The other thing we could add is some shine to it to make it look more like a capsule. Gives it more depth. And then inversely add like a shadow layer to it. More so the shadow, but that's kind of why the bottom is darker. Yeah, Kinder Egg-esque. Perfect. I love Kinder Eggs. I think they can be a lot of things. And then, okay, so there's another option where we actually just like or it's almost like revealing something. Here's my quick version of what I was trying to say. Again, quick version. But it like shows as if there is something in the capsule. So the capsule is transparent instead of solid. Kind of like that. That might be the option. And then I had to figure out what I want inside of it, which could just be a circle, but speaking of circle, let's just do exactly that. Let's make it a perfect circle here. Make it the outline color. Put it underneath. Delete that. Don't give it an outline. I'm gonna center it. And Yeah. Joe looks like a D&D mimic. Opens up. And maybe there is a bit of like taking the color here and doing a darker version of that color. I'll think about it. But that's sort of the idea. And then we would take like white here and try to add some shine. Instead of the top. We could try to add it to the top as well. Okay, okay. That's an option. That's option one. Option two. God, I do that all the time. I click the wrong button. It just zooms in on whatever object I'm hovering. Alright, that's option one, was the like... Option two would be more of... this. Oh, that didn't work. It can work though, we use this. Okay. Like this. There. That's one. And then we would do a soft light like that. And probably add it up here too. Just freestyling now. We try to figure this out. And then if we did the same down here. This is an effort to make it look more like plastic and round is what I'm doing here. Same thing, soft light. Okay. White. That did not work. Oh, because we're on a white background. Okay. So we essentially went from, okay. I'm vibing with it. So they are Tootsie Pops. Yeah, but you don't know how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. 1, 2. Okay, that shine looks better. It was a little too drastic there. Yes I do. Yeah, the owl told me it was 3. Man, what a classic commercial. So really what we should do, these Photoshop. You're killing me, Smalls. Get rid of Blue Cat for a second. And duplicate Joe. Alright, so we basically just went from the top one to the bottom one. Now you can see the side by side. I think the only thing I'm not necessarily vibing with is what's in the capsule. And I wonder. If you know what it means. Okay. I do think it looks like a capsule. It also looks like a Tootsie Pop. But I've definitely seen capsules done this way, where the top part is opaque and the bottom is not. This one maybe should be a soft light. Soft light, 70%. Love where I get slammed with meetings and I come back and a little sketch has come to life. What do you like now that you are, I'm using you, Stubby, as my fresh pair of eyes here. We went from the top to the bottom. The top one to the bottom. And with the top one, we'd also experimented with different types of things. Oh gosh. Oh, I screwed it up. We basically went from like this Joe capsule here. I will now do this correctly. Sorry. Hang with me here. Hang with me here. Okay. There's three Joes. Ah. So we also had like a necklace here, and we did it like maybe it's white. You know, we tried a lot of different things for this, and I think ultimately we went with, you know, doing that and then getting rid of the necklace, which is why we ended up here. I like the shading on the top half of the bottom Joe. Okay, so not necessarily the capsule part of the bottom. I'm fishing for opinions here. I'm definitely fishing for opinions. Because we could go backwards and keep the shine on the top part, which I do agree. The shine on the top part is really nice. Okay, well the accent color is now broken, so let's not even worry about that. Oh, we did like a shine like that on the bottom instead of a shine like that, which is also pretty successful. But then there's no shine and nothing in the middle, and we can make this back to that and test out how we like that. Just boom. I know the correct answer to your question, Klon. How much do you want it? I want the correct answer. I want the answer. Because like I love doing all this experimenting, and nailing it with one of the characters will help out with all the other characters. And Joe just happened to be the first one. So there's a side-by-side of those two together. And then we could even add the shine back there, or add that shine back. I think I like, this is how I typically do shine. And then there's like kind of peeking inside. Like that. So you kind of get it. And then it means we could take the shine here and go a little, drop it down just a little bit. Go to 50% instead of 70. And actually, probably now that there's actually color, we could do soft light. Soft light 70 is usually my go-to range here. So then there's that, and I think I like seeing that little bit in the middle there. It makes it feel more like a capsule. I just don't know. And then there is technically a layer behind it to kind of bring in some white. Regardless, the bottom one's better than the top. I know that. And we did do Blue Cat already, so technically we could do all of what we just did to Joe, but with Blue Cat, and see the side by side. All right, I'm gonna delete this Joe. I don't want that Joe. Get out of here, Joe. This Joe is sort of the backup, so I'm gonna call it Joe Capsule in all caps backup, and throw that down there. So this is the new one. And then select all. Oh, this isn't gonna center perfectly anymore. Whoops. So this is why we have the Joe backup, because this Joe is centered perfectly. So we're just gonna try to match that exactly here. This is not how you want to do it, by the way. That's as close as we're gonna get. So Joe is now centered again. I think. Oh God. Okay. Yeah, that looks like Joe is centered. So that's Joe, and then we have Blue Cat here. That. Because Joe is centered, wait, we could really I just want this bottom part. Copy that. And then is it that hotkey? What's the oh right. There's the hotkey for that. We make that blue, we make delete that. So there's Blue Cat with that, and then we do this, give it a mask, throw that in here, and then we do our shine layer. There. I might have gone too much right here. And then soft light 70% should work for us. Yeah. There's Blue Cat with the same exact treatment as Joe here. So I am going to Command Z this, but I do want to see them side by side. I kind of like this. I kind of like this. The bottom half is darker. And then I guess the other way we could do this is instead of darker, we go lighter. Which also really looks like a capsule. But I think I like dark because it makes the top more Well, the light does too. Now I'm torn again. When you're done, you have to rank them all from Pokeball to Master Ball. Yes. Yes. Oh my god. Yes. Yeah, when they're all done. I feel like Kira is going to be the Master Ball. Kira is just going to look sick. Copy. Then we're going to go back. Paste. Real quick, side by side. So there's dark and light. I'm kind of just staring at the screen when I do this. I could go either way. The only reason I like darker is because it shows the shine on the bottom better. Just like that tiny sliver. But I like this. I think we're on the right direction here, regardless of which one we go with. And I'm happy about that. It's just like by making the bottom color just a darker version of the top color, it works for all characters then. But like I said earlier, I'm going to sit on this decision and come back to it probably later today or tomorrow morning. And then I might just do the rest off stream unless someone's like, no, I want to see it. Because then I'll do it on stream. I'll just save it. But I also want to get this done. I'm torn. That's why I need another stream day. But Thursdays are reserved for Clonimals. Cool. And then I guess last thing is to see it on a white background. Yeah. I like how these turned out. I also need to animate them. So that could be the other side of it, is animating all of them. That I'll do off stream. Okay. Cool. Cool. I'm gonna play some Pokemon now. Because I haven't played Pokemon in a few days. Or a few stream days, is what I'm saying. I also haven't played it since then either, but... Alright, I'm gonna save all that. Save all that. And now I can disconnect here. Put the drawing tablet up. And we can think about who we want to be the Master Ball. But I think you're right. These do kind of look like Pokeballs. But I sort of think we knew. Going into it. Alright. Cool. I think that was successful. Oh, I do need to answer. Your Google verification code is blank. That seems sketchy. I didn't ask for that. That feels like spam. That doesn't seem good. Okay, sorry. Sorry, y'all. It's like I saw this text earlier and I was like, wait, I need to respond to this person because I'm going to a wedding this weekend and someone's like, should we split an Airbnb? I'm like, it might be a little too late for that. I already got a hotel. Done that. Pokemon time. Oh, stop the recording. I had to get better at doing that too. I'm gonna finally get some shorts out of the stream so that we can start promoting the stream, which we always wanted to do, Just took a little bit longer than we thought it would. So, which is okay, because now I feel like I'm in like I'm really in the motion of streaming now. And that feels good. Oh, we have to figure out a playlist. All of these playlists have like the same songs in them. It drives me crazy. All right, we play fishing theme. Yeah, this is giving me Pikmin vibes. And I need to change the title of the stream. But Pokemon time, I want to get on a GD run here, and I need to turn off everything from every other channel. Or I forget. Okay. I am happy I powered through